Mr. Lee.
Welcome back to Andertons TV.
Andertons TV, Lee.
It is. And today is, it's one of those kind of just, there's a few new bits and bobs have come through the store recently, probably individually, not enough to make a whole video. So we get a little, we throw a few things in the pot and see what comes out. So we got 5 pedals today that have come out recently. We've got an Icarus from the Caroline Corporation, a couple of new PettyJohn pedals, and a couple of new Thorpy pedals.
Yeah, and we haven't looked at any of these before, even though some of them maybe come out last year, or, but now we have them.
So that first little bit that you heard there was just Pete playing through the Icarus. I've got him through a quartermaster, so essentially when you're hearing each pedal, you're hearing it truly in isolation. This is what the amp sounds like clean.
Kalinci.
With a pink Stratocaster.
A pink 59.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. That's cool. It's gorgeous, isn't it? 59 Stratocaster. It will be in the links below if you're interested in something like this.
I need to read you. Hopefully this doesn't take too long. I need to read you.
I like to be read to.
The page
fall asleep.
From the Icarus manual, because it sounds exciting. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Maybe we could have some background music from like a Frederick Forsyth spy movie or something. Anyway, it's 1972. A Soviet surveillance microphone preamp has made its way west, thanks to a courageous defector. The nascent, nefarious and invisible Caroline Corporation obtains it and converts it into devices for military psychoacoustic special operations, and then covertly delivers them to legendary users with fame and influence for evaluation. The guitar player of the world's most famous band plugs in his rosewood guitar into one and uses it for a famous benefit concert. The producer runs instruments through another directly into a mixer, spills a bag full of illicit drugs into its faders and records all-time smash hits. An unknown actress brings one to a film screening and wins the Golden Globe. Facing public exposure from Senate hearings over arms trading and supermodel cloning scandals, the corporation mysteriously dissolves in 1983, leaving no traces except abandoned file cabinets in a dilapidated office building. I'm struggling here to do this in one go. Decades later, the corporation's hilariously neglected guitar company satellite office, blissfully unaware that their parent company has dissolved decades earlier, discovers the schematic and part specifications. They source some discontinued Russian unobtainium diodes and recreate its special flavor. There is no evidence that any of the above has actually happened. So anyway, here's the Icarus. It's a sonic awesomeness based on our Parabola and Meteora preamps. There we are. That's how you write a manual.
I
so
love
anyway,
that. I love that
the
they take time to write stuff like that out, and then you throw it away.
It's a preamp pedal, kind of preamp drivey kind of pedal with volume, tone, and drive or gain, whatever you want to call it on there. And
I love the knobs.
It looks like something you'd have stolen from a Russian nuclear facility in the 1970s.
What is Icarus? Icarus, is that
Icarus
like
flew too close to the sun and then his wings melted and he died.
Yeah, Icarus.
Isn't that Greek
it's
mythology
Greek,
legend? And wasn't it a cool film or a spy film or a novel or something?
There were some wings on there, you see.
Right, so with the gain down low and the volume up a little higher, the Icarus sounds like this. It helps if I turn it on.
Yeah, you turn it on. I like that.
I wonder if it's a little bit, because it's more preampy than distortion pedally, I wonder if it's more along the lines of those kind of Benson,
that's what I was thinking.
Hudson-y kind of thing.
Boosty kind of. Sorry, got carried away.
Moving gain round to sort of about, I'd say about 17 minutes past 11.
And I'll go on the neck pickup for this one.
Got a nice top end.
It's a nice
classy
top,
kind of top end.
Yeah.
Now we're going to, I would say, about 153 153 maybe?
153, and I'm going to go back on these two pickups. Yeah, that's good. Oh, really nice.
Turning it up now. We're at 1 minute past 3. And then that's where I think these types of preamp pedals get a bit spiky on the top end and go a bit more fuzz orientated than perhaps classic overdrive.
Yeah.
Let's just turn it up to as much as it goes, which looks to me about either 4:57, maybe 3 minutes past 5. I'm not sure.
Down at fuzzy. I'm just rolling off the tone.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if you put the tone at 12, and then I roll the tone off the guitar. That's
Well,
great.
there we go.
I like it. I like
That's
that.
the Icarus. A lot of good sounds in there and an excellently written manual. Moving on now to PettyJohn.
Hey, don't be petty. Yes!
Okay, so the two PettyJohn pedals. Now, we've done PettyJohn in the past, and they've done some more expensive pedals.
In the background
what do they say? Studio-grade tools for tone.
Yeah.
They're kind of, that's their thing. It's all very, very high-quality components inside. What they have done, though, with this new range is made the enclosures more affordable, so obviously bringing the price of the pedals down. So what appears to be interesting about the new ODI and the Rail is, although the controls are relatively simple, the pedal's designed to run anything from 7 to 18 volts.
You don't say.
And fortunately for you guys, our power supply has some variable voltage outputs, so we'll kind of
Sure.
have a bit of a play, because apparently that's one of the ways that you can get the pedal to sound quite different. So here we are with just straightforward 9-volt supply. You can see level is just before 3 o'clock. Drive is on one of the lower settings, and bass and high are both sort of nudged above 12 o'clock. And it sounds, here's our clean sound as a reminder. And here's the PettyJohn ODI. Feels like it wants to go a bit. I mean, sorry. So
Definitely wants
that was with the drive relatively low.
Yeah.
I've wound the level up again.
You need some volume.
It doesn't feel like 12 o'clock is going to give me unity. Well, maybe it will. Let's try it. Hang on. Can you just play?
That's what America needs, isn't it? They need that unity knob to
Come
go.
on.
Okay, sorry. Is that mid? It needs...
I always prefer it when pedals are at 12 o'clock kind of unity gain.
Yeah.
Or even, to be honest with you, lower down. I never really understand what would be the point of having a drive pedal that was quieter than your clean sound. But
I don't get that either.
But
you could take the knob off, I guess, and just put it
put
it back down on. Okay. Sorry.
So if I wind the drive up now to say 3 o'clock, let's see what it does.
Very fuzzy.
Yes.
I'd say it's
I
more
like it.
fuzz.
Lots of sustain and lots of compression in there.
Yeah, lots of compression.
Okay, I can now using this True Tone. Somebody said actually, by the way, why do we always use the True Tone One Spot Pro? And it's just because it's such a really well-featured multi-power supply. It can do lots of pedals simultaneously. It can do different voltages. It's got all. So I'm not saying it's the best power supply that you can buy. It's just dead handy for video demos where you need it to do a lot of things.
And it's solid. It's been solid. We got loads of different ones here, but that's definitely been solid. It's an isolated output, so it keeps.
So now what I've done is I've dropped this down to 4 volts, which is strictly speaking says this won't work on. I mean, it will work, but it'll sound a bit like the battery's on its way out. So here we go, a little bit more.
Yeah, definitely.
And then what I can do is pop this out of here and put it in the 18 volt supply.
Put it in the 18.
Now be careful, guitar pedal owners out there. If you've got one of these power supplies that will double up and give you 18 volts and stuff, but your pedal or the device you're using doesn't want 18 volts or can't cope with it because you can't handle the voltage.
Can't.
Be careful, because if you pop that in, you potentially will just blow the board up.
You pop it in there, you get smacked right in the face.
That's it. No warranty will cover that, anything like that. It's just, that's it. You broke it.
It's the wrong hole, you get smacked.
So here is 18 volts.
Oh, man. You can hear the hum, how much more hum there is. There's definitely more headroom in it, isn't there? But that's what it gives you, isn't it?
My only criticism of that, I really like the sound. It's got that, again, it's a little bit on the fuzzy edge for me, but I really like it. My only criticism is the fact that I've kind of pretty much got the level control like 95% of the way up to sort of get it where I want it to be.
Well,
so it doesn't feel like there's much more to go over that.
Yeah.
But that's the PettyJohn ODI.
OD1?
OD1, ODI?
I don't know.
I think ODI, One Day International, ODI stands for. That's a cricketing term.
I would not
OD1 Kenobi.
OD1 Kenobi. ODI Kenobi.
So, next one's called the Rail. Now, the Rail, same idea with the voltage thing. So, actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to pop the...
pop it in there. Pop it in there, Lee. Pop it in there.
Across so that we can do the same
rail hammer me
again. What are you talking about? Rails. I think that's a technical term, isn't it, for when people talk about the
railing,
how you get sort of square waves in sound and how you create fuzz and stuff. I'm sure they call rails. It's like when you see a sine wave and it hits the rails and then goes square. That's, I'm sure.
I thought it was what train tracks lies on.
Yeah, probably. I'm trying to think of a inappropriate gag, but I can't think of one. Okay, so this is currently on the 18 volt setting, and then I'll swap it back down.
Sure thing.
And this, interestingly, now the drive side of this is, well, what do you call
Oh,
it when it's
clicking.
like notched? So it's you've got
It's like a
about I don't
bias
know, what do you
thing,
got
or?
like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different settings, and then you've got
smokes.
level, lows, and highs again. Here we go.
Whoa, it is like a bias thing. Then,
It's
isn't
almost just cuts out as it's making the switch.
it must be a bias switch then. Well, you should. That's good. And then it becomes fuzzy again. And if I dial the tone down. Oh, that's like a... It's got velcro. It's got the velcro fuzz going.
Right, let's just pop this main supply over to the one that's variable. So remember,
That was fun.
You heard all of that
I had
in
fun this then.
18.
Oh,
Now we've gone to 9 volt.
9.
And I'll back it down to 4 volts.
9. I mean, that's all
that
everything up.
everything on full?
Yeah. It's obviously starving that
It
fuzz
wants, it wants the
circuit.
8. I'm turning the voltage down now, Mr. Pete. We're now down at,
really?
I don't know, 5.
It doesn't do the fuzzy velcro thing. That's a great pedal.
It's a bit of fun, isn't it? So that's called the PettyJohn Rail.
I had fun.
Last two, Field Marshal. We're leaving the lovely USA now and going back to good old Blighty, not too far from Milton Keynes, the home of tone that is also known as ThorpyFX.
Yes.
Right. Okay, last two pedals. The Field Marshal. Now, interestingly, these actually were announced probably about a year ago today, but they didn't turn up in Andertons until sort of late last year, and we've not really featured them yet, so have a bit of fun with these. This is a kind of collaboration project done by Adrian Thorpe, but he is working with a guy called Dan Coggins, who was one of the original designers from the Love Tone pedals. Love Tone got some big old vintage looking pedals, go for crazy money used now on, you know,
They got that clon. They got that clon centaur
Almost.
kind of. If you look at some of the JSS videos that Josh has done, he did some Love Tone videos, and they are.
Not clon in terms of sound.
No.
Just say you have to pay loads of money to go and find an original.
Exactly.
One.
That's exactly.
So here's
Thanks
the Field
for clearing that
Marshal.
up, Lee.
The Big Cheese kind of variant, I suppose. So we've got 4 buttons here: volume, fuzz, tone, and then the balance control, which sort of allows to blend in how much of this kind of additional switch you've got, which I'll come to in a minute. And then we've got 3 modes of fuzz: gated fuzz, flat response, and a mid scooped, I think, he says, flat mids and enhanced mids, sorry, so mid boost. So I've got it on flat, I've got it on the middle one at the moment, and we're not engaging this tone stack bypass, so it's just its normal mode. Clean sounds like this. And here we have the field.
It's just a great fuzz tone.
We'll start with fuzz, little down a little.
Let me do some riffing. It's like
great.
Punch in your face.
I'll try to drive the fuzz a bit harder. Living heck, man.
He does fuzz good.
I think
this is
I think the gated fuzz mode. And then,
is that the gated fuzz? Yeah, you're right.
And that's the enhanced mids mode.
Yeah, you can definitely tell. It gets harsh up in there.
I do like that spitty mode.
Yeah,
tone stack bypass, which they have called the cheese. So we're adding the cheese. Oh! And you may have noticed in there, that's what this fourth control does, is it kind of brings in how much cheese do you want on your pizza.
I really like that. That's a great fuzz tone.
Great sounding fuzz. It just kind of feels like, I bet you could pair that up with an octave up kind of vibe thing and just get it proper.
Yeah, an octave down or an octave, whatever. Maybe. One of the two. It needs that little. I'm almost hearing an octave in there, but I'm not.
But not quite. Okay, last pedal, the Bunker. Right.
Yes.
Here we go. Bunker. Again, another collaboration with Dan Coggins, based on the Lovetone Brown Sauce, which, of course, if anybody knows, brown sauce. Now, you've got two choices here. You can go Daddy's sauce, or you can go HP sauce. I personally am an HP sauce fan, and it is officially the best sauce to have with shepherd's pie.
I like that as well, even being Danish, I like it, but it's not spelt sauce like an S-A-U, is it?
Well, bizarrely, it's the original brown sauce pedal was S-O-U-R-C-E. Well, I don't know if we're talking brown sound, I don't know what we're going there. And then on the pedal here, the button is called sauce, as in S-A-U-C-E. Now, my daughter was doing this in school the other day, and that is called a homophone.
It is called a homophone.
Where two words are pronounced the same, but spelled differently with two different meanings. Yeah. Sauce and sauce.
And like Peter and Lee.
No. Anyway, okay, so this is more drivey, I suppose, a bit less fuzzy than the Field Marshal. But hey ho, let's give it a go. That's my new catchphrase. Clean. Brown sauce.
That was clean, but here we go. Here. What's the switches on there?
There's this weird texture control, which the manual doesn't go into in any great depth, but it talks about as sort of a feature from the old brown sauce pedal. And then this this three-way switch here controls the sort of the tonal quality of that texture.
Okay.
But all I'm hearing, I'll come to texture after we've driven some gain in.
Yeah.
So lots of dry. I don't suppose you could just chuck your Les Paul in this, could you? Because it feels.
Well, we haven't done it to the others. Would that be fair?
But it doesn't.
I think it does need that. It needs a bit of fat.
I'm only saying that because I think somebody chucked a sort of something like an AC/DC sort of thing into the web description of this. So
I see.
Amazing what a difference
a guitar makes, isn't it?
Into the right
I think
pedal.
At the end, just before we go in the end, we'll just go through with the Les Paul.
Okay, so here are the three different modes of sort of texture.
You need to turn the texture up to get
I think it said the opposite. But
midway, see what happens if you do it midway, the texture?
The texture?
Yeah, just set it to 12. There's a difference sonically.
There's a sort of a reverse level issue going on here with the texture. So the more you turn it up, the level comes down and the sort of the squishy, sort of chewy compressedness of the drive. So like with texture full up.
You have to put some gain into it, some volume. That sounds good.
But if I now with that amount of level and driving it, if I turn the texture down, you listen to the.
That sounds good though.
It does sound good. It's an interesting pedal, this one. Not quite so intuitive as to sort of where to find the settings.
Oh, that was good.
But it sounds fat. And of course, we've got this tone stack bypass again.
I think I just bent my guitar out of tune then. There you go.
Okay, so that's the Bunker. Prices for all these pedals are all around about the £200 mark, I think. Links below.
Yes.
And as you say, Pete, with the Les Paul now, let's go back through the other way.
So you've had that, so go to the Field Marshal. With one L, Field Marshal. Field Marshal, baby. Oh my God, that was good.
Fat. I wonder why Marshall is spelt with only one L. I wonder if that's just because there wasn't enough space to get the other one in. Probably not.
No, there must be a reason for that. It's a military thing, probably. More overdrive kind of thing. And the Icarus. Oh, it's also it's all very subdued.
It's like, oh, yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of bottom end in that. Listen to that rumble. Please like and subscribe, baby.
Perfect. That was good.
It gents as well.